How are we doing? How are we doing? We are back. We are literally just going to run today until I'm collapsing, and that is the plan. When we left
I
off,
shall await your instructions,
when
Lord
we
Captain.
left off yesterday, one of the things we need to do is okay. If the wheeler has a shield equipped, they hit target. Toughness. Okay, so that's 100% armor pen and weapon. 25 block, agility, become blinded. Okay, it's a general good weapon. It's a medium. Don't want that. This would go good on you. But we're going to put it on you. Because I think you're actually going to be able to make more use of it. More than him. Coercion, incoming melee damage is reduced if the attacker does not have melee. What is that based on? Coercion divided by 10. Oh, okay. He is looking cool. 25. So we can, with good consciousness, actually put that on you.
I won't do that.
Weapon. We need to rethink the
Someone
weapon.
else can do this.
We need to rethink this. So, area attack with this small creature. Small cloud creatures. All creatures down must. Okay. I think that is the main weapon you're going to be using. Or should we use this one? That one has more damage. You know what? No, we're going this. We're going Skull Shock Maul. Highly doubt you're going to get kills with that, honestly. It's just meh. To be honest. I need something better for you there. Do we have anything that actually applies perception to all attacks against them? Enemies within. Okay, yeah, no, it's not really great. Blood Blast isn't really irrelevant. Finish the job, the wearer keys. Not really relevant either. Kinda rough. Oh, that looks sick. Stupid, but sick. What's your helmet? I have a standard issue Imperial Guard helmet. I have sunglasses. Really now. Okay, so we need something in that slot for you. Shield swing. Okay. That goes in there. Can't be bothered with it. That goes also in there. Here's the things that goes in that slot. Tech use. Medicaid. Where's are used around calculated the psi power is increased by +3. Always trigger psionic. Don't want that. Run and gun, not relevant. Immobilize, not relevant. The dudes critical hit. I don't. That's the scary part. There's almost nothing that actually is like, oh my god, that's good for you in that slot. Overseer, needle weapon. Okay. Let's do this though. Fill up all the slots. If the creature in the area momentum disappear, covered in all, each stack will increase all fire burning damage. Creatures suffer by 1. That's interesting. I'm looking at grenades that don't do line. Okay, yeah. So we are done with you. You need more grenades. I'm doing this because we're pretty much going into another event or another thing like straight up. Next thing we're going to do is the Psycho Room, which is an event in of itself, where we need to actively kill enemies. So that is the next thing we're dealing with. So it's the aid one that actually is Repair Assault Plus is actually the one that is ridiculously good, isn't it? Your Psi weapon. Armor penetration. Additional damage. Additional damage. What is that? That is... Reduce the veil degradation. Each critical hit scored with this increase veil degradation by +3. The next attack. I don't want more veil degradation. Okay. Okay, you're up and ready. Everything's fine and dandy. Let's talk to... I don't know what he's called, honestly. Lord Captains... Gastropatic Chapel. It's really silent, huh? You'd all... Okay. Let's do that.
A new challenge for me?
Lord Captain, do you still wish to perform the ritual?
Has the selected candidate arrived?
Master Harriman, assigned to the chapel upon your orders for the purposes of performing the ritual, has all... Greetings, Shotgunius von Valancius. I will be honored to serve my savior.
A middle-aged psycho bows to you passionately. His plump face carries many marks of indulging in all manner of vice.
We're about to do something dangerous.
You saved me from a life of service that would have been 100 times worse than the cruelest of deaths, and I am indebted to your lordship. If I have to lay down my life to repay that debt, then so be it.
Okay, good to meet. Okay,
The choir master lets out a deep sigh.
let us begin.
Well, you made this choice, Lord Captain.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We've already done
The
this.
temperature. You hear an interloping voice in your head, like an echo of a distant echo. A dark veil clouds your vision, only a hand is laid on your shoulder. For a second, a golden flash breaks through the ruthless white light, and you hear a fragment of a sentence.
Brace yourself.
The great whiteness is the ship with its multitude of minds. You hear the choir master's voice coming from a distance, but cannot make out a single word. Your gaze slides along an iridescent thread that has crossed the nothingness. Something shining is towering behind it, a golden giant frozen in place like a statue. A sudden jolt of fear distracts you from that image. Your thoughts turn back toward the nothingness and its kaleidoscope of absences, no color, no emotion, no thought. In its furthest depths, there is something crawling.
A void peering into the darkness.
Your resolve is firm, and your mind and soul.
Yep.
The choir master's voice sounds inside your mind.
I cannot see them. I cannot read their minds. Not sorcery. Something else. I have never encountered minds like this before. Something about them is, it's no use.
The nothingness cackles. You sense the attention of something else, something beyond this entity. The ruinous powers. The ritual has made your soul, marked as it is by the curse of the warp, more vulnerable than ever before. A blind man clad in green appears between you and the croaking nothingness, shielding you.
What manner of abomination are you? I cannot sense you. You are not of the warp. What is your twisted nature?
I can.
No,
Oh.
this is not my ritual.
Panic rings in the choir master's voice inside your mind.
This is his spell.
Stop it now.
I'm trying.
You are my prey.
Okay.
I'll curse you from existence.
Okay, so we have a portal here, we have a portal there. The elevators are coming down with snipers. Oh, they're coming up. Okay, fair enough. Shotgunias. Patio's into there. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty decent one. Argenta here. Hendrix here. I don't think I should have picked Solomon, but yeah. Kick the ghost.
Something I can't do. Absolutely not.
Oh, wrong Wrong weapon.
Not a problem for me. Never wavered in the face of adversity. Already done. All too
You have always
easy.
believed in
Stand a
yourself,
chance.
not in him. Well, he disbelieved in you too.
Not a problem for me.
Get a reload down and. Well, hello there.
I will bathe this
That started with a
battlefield in
kick.
righteous
You,
fury.
you parried it. Okay, fair enough.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
And I'm just going to hose you guys down.
Faith with
I had warned you that the ritual was a mistake, and for that, you turned me into a monster. You failed even at that,
One
you
shot.
miserable fool.
as the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Dodged it. Okay, fair enough.
Hold the formation. One of us would be enough. I'll take it as a priority. Leto, we're undertaking this task.
Okay, good.
Understood.
I keep missing.
It won't take long. Waste of time. Accept.
You were useless as a mentor. Your failure merely confirmed my expectations. You should have known your place.
Okay, now I'm really riled up.
Okay,
You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
46 stacks. We are
I
putting
getting
Inspire
paid for
on
this?
you.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Popping that. Switching to Sniper Rifle.
Already done. Suits my purpose.
Really? 1 health.
Nothing I can't do.
Okay, he did.
All too easy.
Don't get an air fight there. Me? Never in 1,000 sectors.
My place.
Can I
is at the
see you
wall.
from here?
I will do
No.
my duty. It will be done.
Let's
Okay.
see to it. I won't object to it.
This has no right to exist.
Let's see to it.
Hey,
What's happening now? Yeah, they're getting new reinforcements there. Oh yeah, and this elevator comes up. Oh, the barrel's hit points are beneath the floor. That's interesting. Okay, do I have vision on you?
suits my posing. Already done.
Don't mind if I do. Don't mind
Not
if
a
I do.
problem for me.
I looked up to you.
Stand a chance.
I followed every word you said. If I had only had the foresight to defy you at that fateful moment.
Yeah, maybe you would. No, I'm not going to piss on this. I'm not going to piss on those. They are genuinely. This story is genuinely not.
Is that my blood?
The story is pretty much this. They
Rejoice in battle!
died performing the same ritual that we are doing right now,
As
which
the Emperor
is
commands, I
not
act.
fun. Dealing with psychic phenomena and stuff like that.
Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is
So
worthless.
blaming them for this is not really a thing we should be doing.
The order is clear. Even my dog wouldn't do that. I'll take it as priority. Let's test our skills, Glato.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
How many do you have now? 13 Inspire.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm sorry,
Usually.
Glato.
Tell me when it is done. Don't get too cocky.
Nothing I can't do. All too easy. Nothing I can't learn.
Okay.
Stop hitting me, Ashman.
Reduced to dust. At your beck and call.
Get a pump there.
Victory
Put up
is
the
imminent.
parry. Okay.
For the throne's glory.
Ow, witchcraft!
Who are you attacking? Agatha? Okay. Yeah, more ghosts incoming. Okay. Agatha manage.
Not a none shall survive.
Yeah. Killing the demon helps.
The choir master awakens with a sharp breath.
Lord Captain. We are still alive. The God Emperor has protected us this time, but, curses, did I not warn you?
The old man shakes his head dolefully. His pale fingers are clutching the aquila adorning his belt.
I'm not blaming you for that, honestly. Think it's a totally valid reason to tell me to fuck off.
A moment of silence, then words of prayer stream from his lips in a monotone, like a quiet lament, a dirge for the departed, a bitter confession. When he continues speaking, his voice is full of strength.
Yet we escaped disaster. The warp did not take our souls, and there are far fewer casualties this time.
Yep.
Master Harriman's assistance was instrumental, your lordship. He was able to not only protect my mortal body, but also to skillfully blend the timbre of his Shinnick sound into the harmony of the chorale. I regret that he was not at my side for the last rite.
What in the throne name just
That
happened?
thing took the shape of an old man and attacked me. I do not know what it is, but it is neither human nor a psyker. It is something else. Its power is foreign and inimical to me, like a shadow that obscures the shine of the Immaterium's chaotic energies. I was unable to read the abomination's thoughts, and it seemed to find me no less strange than how strange it was to me. Thus, it attacked, for any strangeness is a threat. It had clearly been warned that we would be performing a dangerous ritual. That we would be vulnerable. So it sought to sabotage us by attacking my mind. And my mind almost got us all killed.
Still managed to discover the evil we're seeking?
No, your lordship.
Weiss shakes his head grimly.
The ritual proved incapable of extracting anything of value. This evil chose to reveal itself and attack. Our enemy is confident and bold, and so it did not hide, it struck first. Suspiciously brazen.
Yeah? Don't seem...
Weiss lowers his head further.
The insidious spawn thrive on confounding one's reason. They donned the faces of those I once held dear. My apprentices. All of whom perished, the previous time I performed this ritual. They have haunted me ever since, in my dreams, in the warp, everywhere. The Immaterium abominations who devoured their souls have been tormenting me with shame and regret, and now they have come for my sanity as well.
Okay.
That
Oh, for fuck's
thing
sake.
took the shape of an old man and attacked me. It had clearly been warned that we would be performing a dangerous ritual.
Seem to know.
Weiss
Yeah.
lowers his head further.
Yeah.
The insidious spawn
What
thrive
is
on
the
confound.
whole-
Even if not, there was nothing more chilling we could have possibly found. An inhuman thing in human form. A true sacrilege against the Emperor. Its mind is strange, like an insect's or a parasite's, but I saw images in the minds of those around it. Currents of energy. A blue glow. The clanging of metal. Could be the plasma drive chambers. That is where I would start
The longer you listen to Weiss, the more convinced you become that the warp manifestation was not caused by the conniving of the ruinous powers, but by the efforts made to discover an incredibly alien mind. Such an unnatural mind could belong to a dangerous Xenos.
Are you familiar with the symbols?
No, it could be the emblem of some cult on this ship, but I seldom leave the chapel and have never come across it before.
Inform the masters and arms, everything. Let her search the plasma chamber on the mutant.
We sacrificed some of the soundness of our...
Weiss slowly unclenches his hand, and a cloud of frost rises from it, revealing his aquila, now bound in purple psychic ice. He whispers.
The Immaterium has touched it, the holy symbol of the protector of mankind.
He pauses, then adds in a gloomy voice.
I do not know if this is a symbol of our victory over the horrors of the warp, a trophy claimed in battle, or a grim portent left by the wicked spawn of the Sea of Souls.
It's a symbol of my victory. It's a symbol of faith shining through the breath of the Immaterium. It is a good omen, I shall wear it.
Nothing can shake your lordship's spirit. May this aquila bring you good fortune. I will have a new one delivered to me immediately.
He looks at the aquila with sorrow.
If only everything that the Immaterium takes from us was so easy to replace.
Doubt is for the weak.
Okay. Fantastic. This combat is finished. Oh, we leveled up.
It's about time.
I have a thing that I actually want to take a look at. So, if we get... Yeah, that's the last one. If we get Shotgun Mastery, then we get Shield Mastery, I'm interested to see if... Yeah. If I do this now... No, it's only shotguns. Okay, fair enough. That's enough extra defense though for me to think it's actually worth it picking up that one. That means we actually have block as well as a stat, which means we can actually increase our toughness even more and become even more of a monstrosity when dealing with everything. Yeah, that's the shield we have that actually has the most parry. It's not going to matter to us, is it? Dodge, though. To be fair, I'm tempted to actually increase the difficulty a bit. Wait. Yeah, it's just dodge if the wearer's willpower is more than 40. Yeah, I think you're better off with that, honestly. Medicine. It is essentially detect injuries before turning them in. Okay, so it's not a super valuable thing, but it's something to take into account. Okay. The room slowed, whether not energy. If the user do not move, no. Flame weapons, grenadier, heavy weapon proficiency. The additional damage suffered from ferrum stack is reduced to 10 per stack. What do we have? We pretty much picked up everything we want for you, don't we? Yeah. I think we can pick up... Get off me. Scores a... or successfully attack. Their primary melee weapon immediately make an attack. Which cost at least... Okay, so we're going that one. You know what? We're going toughness on you. You actually can take a hit. Do we have anything favored? We don't have anything favored for you, huh? Liphenia purification. Each demon and... What is it though? What is that? Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. Anything favored? Already taken all favored. Subtle. In the first round of every combat, all psychic powers of Biomancy discipline cost one less action point. Scientific power. The first time the momentum reaches 200 during the psychic's turn, the psychic gain 5 plus all. Okay. Critical. I think that's just overall fairly decent. Ballistic. I haven't gone through and favored anything for you, have I? Cider. So what have we here? You know what? Let's go commerce. Up to 150 commerce would be good. Solomon. Okay. And then you just throw more grenades. What is going on? I'm getting contacted on Discord for something. It's nothing of interest. Okay. Great to see. Great to see. Captain's quarters. It's not where I should be going, but yeah. We're going to the bridge. That was the thing I was going to check out. Yeah, it screwed up that, which is a bit annoying. We're going to need to wait until we can actually do that in a more efficient manner, so to say. Can just add that to cargo mostly. Not looking to what to actually put in my offhand that actually would make sense right now, but as it is, I don't think anything actually makes sense to put in offhand. We need 2 more level ups to get 3 more level ups, I think. We're right below there. Okay, yeah, we're getting Iconoclast. What is this? Yeah, no more heretical stuff. Okay. Noted. Cannons. What is this? Oh, okay, so that would be attacks with force weapons, attack with primitive weapons and chain weapons, attack with... Okay, it would just mean X amount of over-penetration for me. If I actually equip that. I'm not so fond of that, honestly. The shotgun is all I need right now. Just badass levels. Yeah. Warplore, why? Okay, yeah, heretical. Wait. Wielder restores wounds equal to damage dealt to the bleeding target. Okay, so bleeding, yeah, no, that's useless. To be fair, I think most of these are actually going to be useless. This one has the prison shank. What? Oh, it's not that one. Something. It's that one. that has a really good passive ability. Okay. Where are we going? Where are we going? We have two more here. We have that one and we have that one. That is all we have kind of left on this whole system. We have a quest there that is Jay's quest, and we have a bit of this as well. And I think I'm just going to go down the line pretty much. It is between the bottom two here. So I'm just going to go one above that, I think. No, I'm just going to take this one. Okay, both of those are getting worked on, and the rest of them are done. Okay, good.
The plasma drive crew is begging for help. Thin and graceful warp creatures, laughing merrily, have caused a massacre in the drive bay. More and more people are losing their mind.
None shall stand in my way. I'll see you destroyed. You will fall. Already deserting me was your biggest mistake.
Oh, that's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit.
Suits my unit, stand a chance. Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes. Halt! Nowhere to hide.
Fair enough. What does actually that go on? That goes on ballistic plus 10 times ballistic skill. Okay, fair enough. And that's also on ballistic skill.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it.
And
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
you parried.
Each strike is a prayer. Faith without it is why I was chosen.
I can't stand it.
Emperor, protect me. Look out. For now.
Emperor, protect me. I'll do what it takes. High momentum.
Let's see to it. I won't object to it. The Emperor is on our side. Scorn the pain. But of course,
I want to put you
Lord
there as a
Captain.
buffer. Okay.
Minds exist only.
I'm a member.
Am I getting paid for this? You've got
Really?
I can do that with the right incentive.
Get over there. Okay.
Don't touch me. I can handle this.
Quick, quick!
Battery.
Vile delights beckon you.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
This way!
Stop doing that, please.
Nothing before my might, filth! Suits my purposes. None shall survive. My time is now. Already done. Oh, nothing of value has been lost.
One over there. So first we do
Nothing
that.
I can't do. Suits my... Another clean strike.
Okay.
I'll do it.
And spray down.
Of agony.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. The Emperor sets my path.
Everyone dead. Okay, wrong door. Collect all. Yes. Map it. Visit. Scan it. Okay. We don't have that. Wait. Dragonus needs my attention. Stun grenades, okay. Oh, that's actually finished. That means it's only the last one here. So, I'm thinking ballistic skill. That's the one that makes most sense for me, honestly. Ballistic skill. 5 plus ballistic. 5% damage to ranged attack. Our main source of damage is ranged attacks. Let's get the smuggler bolts. Not bad at all. Scan it. I picked that up. Scan it.
The tiny colony is buried in an enormous yawning pit. The edges of its civilian structure The settlement was destroyed when the ground swelled up under it. The forlorn bones of dead colonists. Deep beneath the rubble, the scouts uncover the remains of warehouses, depots, and a veritable maze of suspicious tunnels gated with airlocks. Judging by the flattened containers with half-effaced markings, the impressively vast subterranean city belonged to a smuggling syndicate.
Investigate shuttle.
Lying next to the shuttle are empty bomb containers and corpses clad in characteristic armor. The Voidcraft belonged to the Adeptus Arbits. Searching through the papers, you find the demolition plans. The arbitrators knew that detonating the tunnels would bury the colony, but prioritized eliminating the criminals.
That's good. Okay, we are now going to next system. We're being efficient today. We're being efficient. I say that as
Lord
I babble
Captain,
around.
the plasma drive chambers have been searched and the conspirator apprehended and neutralized. The interrogation will begin shortly, if your lordship is ready to attend.
Okay, we're waiting with that in a bit. Space us first. Space combat here as well. Xenotech.
Idex is a planet of no particular note. However, the small station suspended in its orbit sends a distress call to your ship. The man in the hurried Vox transmission introduces himself as the planet's governor and asks for the rogue trader's assistance in a delicate matter. He promises to supply the details in a private Vox conversation.
Study the records concerning the planet.
It appears Idex recently suffered a major coup. One of its noble families seized power and made outcasts of the former dynasty. Such plots are not uncommon, although, notably, Idex has become less prosperous under the new government.
Is it my planet? Demand that he has a formal talk with you if he has nothing to hide.
The governor's transmission is interrupted by an official request from the planet. Idex's authorities are claiming that the person who just contacted you is a member of a heretical sect of nobles who has escaped from the warden's custody. The planetary government is asking, in the name of the Imperium, that the traitor be eliminated at once.
Perhaps Idex government may recall Rudolf, the man in charge of Tazera.
Ruoldo used to be a member of Idex's ruling dynasty, before being sent away by his own family. The government is wary of Ruoldo due to his rumored involvement in heresies of some sort.
Strike the macro.
The station's fiery remains adorn the sky of Idex. Whoever was on there will never be ruler of anything again. The Idex Parliament that contacted you sends you generous gifts as a token of gratitude for your cooperation. Your ship departs into the icy void, leaving the schemers of Idex behind.
Yep. Let's not deal with Idex. That's probably the best way of doing it. We have repaired, we're up and up to snuff. Okay. I forgot to equip the better weapons for me. Port salvo. Okay, then we're doing a reload. Okay. I have a full-on fleet with me at this point. Increase the range and launch the salvo. Okay. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. Nice to see I don't need to kill everything myself. Okay, good. Additionally, provides allies with the targeting data, increasing the lance and macro cannon damage by 20% and hit chance by 30. Hey, that is interesting. I need to actually equip the ship because I haven't done that. Let's do that straight away. So you go in there. 98 hit chance, but I'd rather take this honestly. We're avid users of macro cannons. Up to 2 wings. Okay, that's great. And you. When we're using you. Now we're heading to Dragonus. Or Dragoonus, or however you want to pronounce it.
The command bridge received an alarming Vox message. The purifying flame consumed the provisions in an instant, much faster than anyone expected. The crew's ears rang with a pained shriek and the scorched stores vanished without. There was a commotion on lower decks. The chief mutant hunter, who is responsible for eliminating heresy in the hold of the void ship, went mad due to the perilous influence of the warp. A fire broke out on one of the decks during the warp voyage.
Okay. We are chugging along healthy. We're heading over here to just do more turn-ins to get more of out of it. Honestly, it's not really.
When the rogue trader's ship approaches the Adeptus Mechanicus void, the station thanks the rogue trader. The station thanks the rogue. The station thanks the rogue. The station thanks the rogue trader. The station thanks the rogue trader for his co-op. The station thanks the rogue trader for his cooperation and presents him with several containers of unused reserves as a token of its gratitude.
Hey. We are actively just doing that, huh? What is this? What? Silent. Okay.
The warp jump was a success, but the Vox Master reported the following incident. Beautiful blossoming vines had...
We are heading to Dragonus. Why? I don't know. I know why. We have a quest and we also have event.
The planetary authorities have begun a rigorous purge of dissidents, mutants, and apostates. The spree of arrests and executions has the people terrified.
Gain a complacency, lose a security, gain a people. Inspire the people to support authorities' action. -6 complacency. Replenish the losses with new colonists. But that will cost me humans. Will cost me profit factor and increase my security.
The harsh purges bring order to the colony but scare away some traders and deplete the world's human resources.
Okay, yep. Okay.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The shriveled, insect-like old woman greets you with a keen look.
Welcome back to the Temple of Law and Order, your lordship. I have already been informed that you are here about that Syrah.
Prefect Velta nods to herself and snaps her brittle fingers, prompting a servo skull to flit closer, the creaking of its quill filling the air.
Begin entry 51/4 Alpha. In the matter of the world that Syrah and its obligation to pay the imperial tithe, this audience with the prefect of the Adeptus Administratum is now in session. Now then, what were your findings, Shotgunnius von Valancius?
A heretic has seized the powers on Tessera. I execute him.
I see.
The old woman looks at you intently over her ocular lenses.
This is regrettable news. Even if your action was forced by circumstance, the loss of the governor means the loss of the very stability that any servant of the administratum is immutably obligated to uphold and protect. Well, let us get to the record then.
The prefect turns to the servo skull.
Rogue traitor Shotgunnius von Valancius effected the execution of the governor of that Syrah appointed by the Adeptus Administratum. Preliminary damage assessment and restoration forecast of the world's key structures, Class A, severe noted and recorded.
Tessera had problem. Solomon tells.
I am afraid I cannot accept another person's report.
Her shriveled fingers nimbly extract a piece of parchment from her staff. The prefect grimaces.
I can quite confidently deem that outcome to be adverse to the interests of the Imperium. Alas, your lordship, I am duty-bound to deliver an exact and impartial. Rogue trader Shotgunius von Valancius, upon learning about the existence of deposits of a natural psi-focus located on the world that Sira, destroyed said material in its entirety. Consequently, the Imperium was deprived of a highly prized resource. Noted and recorded.
The prefect chews on her lip in thought.
I will be frank with you, your lordship, the conclusions that were drawn regarding the that Sira inspection were far from satisfactory. Minor disturbances such as a mass execution of mutants or the Rabble's plot disguised as a celebration are not nearly as dangerous as the, if you will permit my choice of words, coup that resulted from your intervention. I understand that consequences are something that those endowed with power are wont to leave to their servants to deal with, and therefore, something they find acceptable to ignore.
Inscribia's ocular lenses flash as she looks up from her scrolls.
However, I hope my words may help you to revise your approach to executing the Imperium's will in the Coronis Expanse in future.
With a tap of her nail, she dismisses the servo skull.
Now there's such detailed information about. If you think Tessera is so important, go to the Imperium and make it a part of the tide. What's the problem?
Of course you have the power to change your decision at the snap of your fingers, but its implementation will fall to thousands upon thousands of administrative functionaries. They will have to first record the previous status of the tithe, and then begin an equally lengthy process of re-registering the payment. As servants of law and order, we cannot simply skip the cumbersome parts. Procedure must be followed meticulously, lest we become mired in anarchy.
One way or another, we can consider the matter of Tessera closed, am I correct?
Closed and recorded, yes.
The old woman smacks her lips in satisfaction.
However, that was just the first item on the agenda. Now, on to the next matter.
The prefect beckons over another servo skull, which obediently takes its place at her side.
Begin entry 52/1 Sigma. Competency assessment of Proctor Solomon Anthar based on his performance during the mission on the world that's Sira.
You hear a painful metallic creak as Solomon's augmented hand clenches into a fist.
Competency assessment? Very well, Prefect. I am listening.
Solomon did nothing that could be considered a violation of the Lex Imperialis.
So as to avoid misunderstanding, allow me to clarify that I am not making any judgment, but rather gathering information at Marshal Strix's request.
The prefect turns to Solomon.
Proctor Anthar, you will be evaluating your own conduct in this instance. For my part, I will merely state a few key points. Let us begin. How would you describe your performance, taking into account the following facts?
Volta produces a parchment scroll.
You took part in the execution of an administrative appointee without its appropriate permission. You also allowed yourself to be captured, thus endangering your mission and imperiling the valuable equipment issued to you by the Adeptus Arbits. What is more, you sanctioned a tithe-related decision that carries adverse consequences for the Imperium.
The old woman pauses.
That is all. Proceed to your self-evaluation.
Solomon's heavy gaze is fixed upon the prefect as he slowly forces the first word out of his jaws, as if they have turned to stone.
I took every effort and was acting solely in the name of the Lex Imperialis. However, the outcome of the mission speaks for itself. My verdict is thus that my performance in the That Sira case was inadequate. Noted and recorded.
The prefect's immaculately polished ocular lenses bore into you once more.
Now that the That Sira inspection report has been properly entered into the record, allow me, on behalf of the Adeptus Administratum, to officially extend our gratitude to you for the support you provided to us. May the von Valancius name be forever praised, and may the Emperor protect your dynasty for many generations to come. That said, I must now request your assistance in a different capacity. A number of highly important court cases have accumulated at the Palace of Justice, the kind that require formal resolutions by the rogue traitor himself.
You're biased against Solomon.
To which part of the assessment would you impute bias? Everything in it is based solely on facts, and Proctor Anthar himself presented the conclusion. Regardless, the final judgment will be passed by martial strikes.
Are you not being a little harsh on yourself, Solomon?
Exactly as harsh as my duty demands that I be. An arbitrator has no right to mistakes or weaknesses. Our mission is much too important.
The proctor's voice sounds firm but detached, as if his mind is wandering far away.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What is this palace?
It is a temple of the law erected by your ancestors. Some cases could only be settled by heads of the dynasty, but since their time was occupied by other important duties, a facility was built for storing especially complex cases. At a certain point, servants of the administratum were permitted to use the Palace of Justice for hearing disputes. Then, in Lady Theodora's time, the arbits became part of the legal procedure as well.
Is the administratum responsibility handled yourself?
Countless cases do indeed pass through the administratum, but a very minute number of them are beyond our power to process. As stipulated by our centuries-long covenant with your dynasty, any disputes that are likely to have truly grave consequences regardless of the final decision made are to be reviewed without exception by the rogue trader. Only your sacred authority can force the parties to accept the verdict and not rise up in response.
Okay.
This order of things was established. The defendants will speak first, whereupon you can ask me clarifying questions on the case, and then...
The old woman gives you a meaningful look over her ocular lenses.
A death sentence must be passed. You are, of course, free to judge otherwise, but an execution is preferable, since in every case that will come before you, an outcome without highly unpleasant consequences is unlikely. Executions reduce the number of malcontents and motivate prospective defendants to solve their problems before they come under the purview of the rogue trader's court.
One of the rogue trader's many duties. Mete out justice, I agree.
I have relegated my current tasks in advance.
Come on.
You are greeted by an impeccable dressed man with a perfectly straight back. An Arbit's scale emblem is embroidered on his clothes.
Glory to House von Valancius. We are honored to welcome you to the Palace of Justice, your lordship. Do you wish to proceed to the session at once, or will you grace me with any questions I might humbly answer?
What kinds of cases are heard here?
Only the most important ones that involve the interests of the highest-born persons and prominent factions of the Imperium, disputes between noble houses that go on for generations, conflicts between the God Emperor's servants who are vested with authority and whose disagreements affect trade and security in the Protectorate, and other litigations of supreme significance. The cases litigated at the Palace of Justice quite literally concern matters of life and death. In such instances, there is always a guilty party whose lies, connivances, or negligence have caused damage to the Protectorate. The task of the judge is to establish guilt and pass a stern sentence, as...
Okay, let us
Please
begin.
follow me.
Inscribia Volta's dreary, vox amplified voice carries across the hall.
The court will now hear case DP 1453/2, the doleful host against the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Representatives for the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure.
Okay.
A woman with lines of scripture all over her skin folds her arms into an aquila.
My name is Sister Jeth and I represent the doleful host. O God Emperor's anointed one, we came upon a group of heretics whose minds brimmed with the most shameless thoughts. We captured them and tortured them as befits their transgressions. From what we were able to discern from their wailing and screaming, the head of the astropathic choir is plotting to betray House von Valancius. No one is a liar when flame is caressing their flesh. The doleful host surrounded the choir building and demanded that the heretic be handed over. It was solely out of respect for the anointed one that we refrained from burning down the wayward heretic's den on the spot. However, say but the word, and we shall take him, that he may undergo a righteous cleansing. The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed on the scales of justice. The representative will retreat to the chapel of patience to await the verdict.
Okay.
The gaunt man dressed in astropather's robes is standing tall, but his voice trembles with fury.
I am Master Angelio. I represent the Dargonus astropathic choir. These insidious and ignorant people are passing off their victims' ravings as truth. Your lordship, people will say anything under torture just to make the agony stop. We have served House von Valancius faithfully for decades, Master Pris the longest of all. Please, order them to stand down.
The master of the court repeats the same monotonous formula, bidding the other representative to leave the courtroom.
Which one? Make this quick. Ask our ship's choir master whether Master Praz of Dragooners has been known to engage in any compromising behavior.
At once, Lord Captain. Choir Master Wise has known Master Praz for quite a long time. He has made a very measured statement to the effect that for some time now, the mental images conveyed by Praz have taken on a shade of profound anxiety, and have become more aloof and detached overall. Zachary Wise attributes this to Praz's horrific experience during the warp storm, but he is less than completely sure, as there is still something that sets the Dargonus Choir Master's messages apart from those of his fellow survivors.
Why are they putting things on a scale?
The Scales of Justice are a sacred relic installed as a testament to the alliance between the von Valancius dynasty on one side and the Adeptus Arbits and the Administratum on the other. Legends say ancient machine spirits dwell within the relic. The Scales of Justice are only used on extraordinary occasions when an intervention from the rogue trader is necessary. Ceremony dictates that items symbolizing the party's arguments be placed on the scales, and once the verdict is announced, the machine spirits weigh the decision made and show either affirmation or rejection through the position of the scales. However, there has never been an occurrence where the rogue trader and the spirits of the scales were divided on the verdict.
Okay.
It is highly unlikely that such an artifact actually exists. Judging by the design of the device, it is nothing more than a set of regular albeit enormous and masterfully crafted weight scales devoid of machine spirits of any kind. Someone must be secretly manipulating the plates in order to add greater profoundness to the rogue trader's verdict.
Give me the details about a party to this conflict. I want to see who among them is trustworthy.
As the prefect leans toward you, you get a whiff of ink and candle wax.
The doleful host is a respected cult of the God Emperor. The Adeptus Ministorum has deemed them to be paragons of virtue who combat every manner of heresies, and has enlisted their aid in various conflicts. Naturally, the ecclesiarchy stops short of counting them among its warriors, but it uses them in very similar ways.
Interesting.
The Astropathic Choir hardly needs an introduction. They are some of the most valuable servants of the Imperium, without whom any and all communication between your worlds would collapse. The Dargonus Choir took horrific casualties in the recent major warp storm. Master Praz made an enormous effort to at least partially restore communication. While we may not have proof of his innocence, Praz's dedication to his duty is beyond doubt.
The old woman locks her shriveled fingers together.
As you can see, this is an intricate situation.
You see clearly now that no matter what decision you make, it will backfire on you. However, there is a way to benefit from this. Allow the host to dispense their vigilante justice, then accuse the fanatics of violating an ancient agreement that forbade the ecclesiarchy from having its own army, and proceed to confiscate the host's property.
I would like to hear what the parties.
Again? I'm afraid they have already said what they had to say and are humbly awaiting their fate. Whatever questions you have, Lord Captain, without a choir master, the power of Dargonus's astropaths would be significantly diminished. Unless a worthy replacement is found for Master Praz, he cannot be executed.
The seneschal frowns.
There is a quarter world that owes us an old debt which can be repaid with a seasoned astropath. We can make the request, although it would leave the planet in question with barely any means of communication. Both parties have shown disrespect for the Imperium's authority. The doleful host is engaging in mob justice, and the defendant did not even deign to stand trial in person. Sentence them both to death, that would be the optimal outcome.
Solomon, it's not excessive to execute both parties?
No such a verdict will remind your subjects that only the rogue trader has the right to administer justice. Besides, if you take the host's side, it will inspire new self-proclaimed executioners, and if you absolve the astropath and he turns out to have been guilty after all, other heretics will feel safe to act with impunity. That is why I advise you to be stern. The Lex is on your side. As you wish, your lordship. Who is to face the death penalty?
Let us see if she acknowledges that a host is man army, or indeed if the sister agreed, then Terra's execution on downfall host will be sentenced to exile. Hmm. Yeah, we're going that way.
Spoken like a true heir to Lady Theodora, who could squeeze gold out of a rock. Sister Jeth would never recant her statement. She will have no choice but to accept your conditions.
The prefect proceeds matter-of-factly to the next scroll.
The court will now hear petition CR 1547/33, restated. The petitioner is Cardinal Angeles. Your arguments, please, Cardinal.
A gaunt man raises his bloodshot eyes at you. For a moment, all sounds cease, even the scratching of the countless servo skulls quills. The man's gaze is full of a pain so strong and undiluted that your breath seizes in your throat.
I am impure, O Emperor's anointed one. I am beset by impure thoughts, but no one believes my confessions. I have been giving away the treasures I possess, only for people to bring me more. Worse still is the knowledge that I am leading people astray. They look at me and believe a state of perfect grace is attainable, while I am very tired.
Okay.
The Cardinal blinks away at her and continues.
But most terrible of all is that my brethren, the preachers of the Coronis Expanse, see me as a holy man. Their delusion has been so persistent that they sent a petition to Holy Terra, asking that I be made a saint. That was when I became firm in my decision to submit to torture in front of my congregation, thus reminding them that no holiness exists unless bestowed as a gift by the God Emperor. Even clerics of my rank can and must repent, thus becoming more pure every day. Please, allow me to undergo mortal torture in his name in front of my parishioners.
Am I hearing this correctly? Is the Cardinal asking to be tortured to death for his wickedness?
That is correct. In addition, he insists on your subjects bearing witness to it, as a lesson to them, so to speak. To refuse a cardinal is impious in itself, but to execute one who is a saint in all but name.
You realize that the Cardinal himself is somehow to blame for what happened, but your conjectures are stubbornly failing to crystallize into a clear and compelling verdict.
What does my retinue?
Argenta shakes her head.
Wise counsel is required here, and it is not to be found within these walls. Reverend Hieronymus would understand the workings of the Cardinal's soul. Entrust him to the Good Shepherd of the Drusians.
According to the Lex Imperialis, a candidate saint may personally challenge their sainting by petitioning the ecclesiarch on Holy Terra. Sidestepping the head of the imperial cult is a violation of the Emperor's law. Since astropathic communication with the rest of the Imperium has been disrupted, I propose to put Cardinal Angeles on a ship that crosses the Maw, so that he can submit his request with every formality observed.
I'm ready to pass.
Attention. The rogue trader speaks.
I granted the Ratians the right to decide the Cardinal's fate. It is my belief that the Reverend Harmonius is unsurpassed in the comprehension of humanity and holiness.
The head of the Drusians would hardly deny the Cardinal's peculiar request. However, the matter will be outside our jurisdiction at that point, and Reverend Hieronymus will appreciate your high trust in him when it comes to questions of faith. The rogue trader has made his will clear. Cardinal Angeles will leave the Palace of Justice and accept his fate. Let us move on to the last case for today. The court will now hear case DP 1646/7, Lady Moles Secundas against the late Lord Moles. Lord Moles being deceased, he will be represented by his progeny, Agartha and Shillas Moles. Representatives for the parties will present their arguments following standard procedure. Your Lordship, I am Lady Moles Secundas.
Okay.
Only 8 cycles ago, a man broke into my house posing as my husband, the late Lord Moles. Contrary to what I know, he denies that he was killed by pirates. Instead, he purportedly survived, thanks to the God Emperor's providence. However, I hold here his death certificate, issued by the Administratum, which clearly states that my husband passed away. I demand that this fraud be executed.
The woman belligerently waves around a scroll on which the words
Oh my
declared dead are
God.
clearly visible.
The arguments are acknowledged and shall be weighed. Your lordship, our father did survive. He really was captured by pirates, who were going to demand ransom, but the Imperial Navy managed to board the ship and rescue him. After he went missing, our mother, Lady Molez, arranged for a death certificate before we received the good news. Now,
Okay.
we are in the humiliating position of having to prove that our father is alive, while our mother is living with her new husband, Lord Secundus, and has taken over our family business. We implore you to restore Lord Molez to his life and name. He is humbly awaiting your decision in the Chapel of Patience.
Okay.
All arguments have been acknowledged. Let the rogue trader's verdict be delivered.
What does the Molez family do?
The prefect turns on one of her countless data slates.
The Molez family manufactures nutritional rations. They supply the Astra Militarum as well as worlds that have no food production of their own. With the Lord at the helm,
Okay.
they covered the needs of 3 regiments and 5 worlds. Now, it is 5 regiments and 12 worlds. One might say Lady Molez Secundus has done much better than her husband did.
Lady Molez Secundus's talents are self-evident. She could easily boost production on any planet. What might be called her promotion under the guise of punishment would bring tangible benefits. You just so happen to think of several backwater worlds that have good potential but lack the capable stewardship to match it.
What does Lord Molez have to say?
The prefect plays a vox recording on one of the servo skulls. The soft voice is interspersed.
I am Molez. When the pirates captured me, I thought I was doomed, but fate proved to be more gracious than that. I hurried home, only to, from my own house by my servants, and learn that Lady Molez had already had me declared dead and married Lord Secundus. She'd also taken control of our everything. Agartha and Shillas have recognized me. I'm losing my mind.
Let my retinue speak now.
How could the woman have possibly known for sure her husband would make it out of a major dust-up like that? The business had ground to a halt, so she took things in her own hands. Actually, Shireen, on a freet you're allowed to take several spouses precisely in case this happens. It would be a trifle for you to amend the laws of Lady Molez Secundus's home world. Let her continue to fill your coffers, she's more than able to handle 2 husbands.
Heinrich rubs the bridge of his nose, looking tired.
This absurdity has dragged on for too long. So be it. The Emperor is my witness. I am reluctant to revisit my early training experience in the Administratum, but I am going to have to. Does Lady Molez Secundus have a paper that certifies she is alive? If not, the defendant is to be deemed dead, with all that entails. If Lady Molez Secundus is right, then her children are the impostor's accomplices and are guilty of defaming the authenticity of Administratum documents.
Now Solomon has enough sang-froid in him for a regiment.
Let the woman know that her heirs must face the same fate as the criminal, for so stipulates the Emperor's law.
Prefect, relay Solomon's words to Lady Molez Secundus.
As you wish.
The prefect's dry fingers tap quickly on her data slate. Soon afterward, she looks up from the vid screen and says in a colorless voice,
Lady Molez Secundus has confessed to bribing an Administratum official and is pleading for her offspring to be spared.
Case is clear now, I will pass my verdict.
All will be silent. What is your decision, your lordship?
Molez fully restore life and property. Lady Molez hereby guilty of document. Everything she needs to conduct her business. I expect her results to be impressive. She has been found guilty. Lord Molez is to be deemed alive. Right, 3 plus profit factor. Henrik is right about the importance of paper. If Lady Molez Secundus does not have certificate in question, her children will inherit her property. The case here closed. Well, perfect. Let us discuss the crime committed inside Administratum that has led to this hearing. No, fuck it. we are sending her to a world
Lady
that's
Mola
punishment.
Secundus will depart for her place of exile before today ends. Arbitrators, carry out the sentence.
As the last attendants leave the courtroom, the prefect turns to you with a delighted expression.
Lady Theodora held court sessions like this to strengthen her subjects' faith in the Lex Imperialis and their fear of breaching it. A most useful practice, wouldn't you agree?
There are no more activities dispute in my domain. Come on now, bring me more misguided
Your
souls.
enthusiasm is laudable, but, as I'm sure you understand, any manner of procedure requires prior registration, which, in turn, involves filling out official forms and signing regulation-approved documents. It is for this reason that I am, alas, unable to honor your request. With your permission, I will now return to my duties. Thank you.
Okay. Use.
The cogitator is filled with data on the workings of the Palace of Justice, listing things such as the names of servants and details of executions. The number of people entering the building is always greater than that of those leaving it.
Petition. Okay, yeah. We are looking for
Financial reports.
We need to
The
investigate.
procurement data does not match up with the spending, but this has been gracefully covered up by way of a shrinkage column.
A minor setback.
Locked.
Unlocked.
And done.
Yeah, we want that shield. Steel Triad. I am actually tempted to run that.
Victory awaits.
Countless rows of names and numbered Lex Imperialis violations merge into an endless stream of transgressions committed by the people of the Expanse.
The Steel Triad is a shield that pretty much, if you have more than one of them, they just keep bolstering itself,
New challenge
which
for
is
me.
really good in my opinion. Okay, back to Dragonis.
Lord Captain, the astropathic choir has caught glimpses of horrifying visions coming from Virbos 6. Something has breached the colony, from underground. Soon after a new sector of deep tunnels had been put into operation, it was overrun by monsters. They lurk in the darkness, swarm in the shadows, attack quietly, and leave nothing in their wake, consuming flesh, plasteel, and rockcrete. The cheering of 1,000 claws heralds their approach, and desperate cries can be heard in the silence of the tunnels. Praise be to the Golden Throne, these creatures do not seem to be interested in getting to the surface. However, they have seized several active mines and are doing Emperor only knows what to them.
What are those creatures?
Few who have faced them have survived to tell the tale, so the information is scarce and hardly reliable. Their accounts, if you will, are a jumble of facts mixed with wild speculation. The frightened workers call these monsters a swarm because they crawl along the tunnel like a wave. They say that the enemies are vast in number and resemble insects. One of the fortunate survivors, mad from the horror, emerged from the mines holding a wrench engraved with strange markings. The pattern was exactly the same as the one the mad convicts had. The overseers have already admitted to. The threat is unknown. Establishing the nature of the threat is the top priority.
Yep.
We have to block off this threat and protect the people. We drive those monstrosities back underground, and use heavy drilling machines to simulate an offensive from multiple directions. Then, we block the majority of the passages, leaving only the best defended ones open. Let's see how those miscreants enjoy being trapped.
Choose convicts ready to atone for their misdeeds through the honor of martyrdom. Give them an explosion and send them to blow up the tunnels. Will seal the...
Heed my words. Making the A series of tremors shook the mines, and the monstrous roars of crumbling earth filled the empty tunnels. Clouds of toxic smoke erupted from the depths of the mines. The blockage of stone and dirt has separated people from the terrible invaders, whoever they were.
Okay. We still have this left. Come on.
None shall stand in my way.
Iron Lordship, please follow me. Yep. It's not my first time in here, you know that, right?
An ancient-looking Jay glances.
Very well, don't just stand there, you're here now. Or do you think the master? It is proportionate to my duties, your lordship. While I am involved with the Administratum's archiving cogitator.
The Master of Seals peers over her ocular lenses at Jay in
Hatery. Mistress Hatery, the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula official.
At these words,
we will discuss that when Shotgunius von Valancius has prepared the primary
Abelard lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the Administratum bureaucracy, nor is it the perfectly... The Master of Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll into a tube labeled with your name.
Next is the consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage.
Give your written consent.
The scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master.
Come on.
The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay.
Here is your document, Mistress Hatery. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula.
The Master of Seals nods with satisfaction.
Please do return once you have prepared the documents.
I am not bothering with listening to this, because this is one of those quests that's just talk continuously. So I'm just kind of rushing through this right now because yeah. I moved stuff around on the screens. I'm really unused to it. Do you have anything up here? Yeah, anything fun up here? No, not really. I don't remember if we actually had any, like, stuff that would be interesting here.
Object. Trophies of the von Valancius dynasty captured over the past 3 centuries. Access level, restricted.
I think
Compliance with the Imperial Creed, questionable.
The
Special permission granted to the bearer of the warrant.
Glinting in the light, the coin falls into the clear water and sinks to the bottom. Glinting in the light, the coin falls into the clear water and sinks to the bottom.
Okay. Into the palace we go. We need to talk to Clementine, if I'm correct. Clementine is here. Jay's harassing her currently. Yep.
Your lordship. I apologize. As the Exalted One is my witness.
Yep.
Clementia
Oh no, this isn't about me at all.
Jay narrows her eyes as she peers into Clementia's face until the latter finally looks away.
I see. Well, Chancellor. Will you tell us yourself, or should I help you?
Mrs. Veracian, I require a document to be certified. Where is the court servitor, the keeper of seals?
I am afraid that my words may anger your lordship.
Clementia lowers her head in shame as if offering it up to be removed from her shoulders.
Could this work instead?
This is, without a doubt, the administratum seal from Winterscale's realm. But why is it the original and not a copy? Ah, I think I understand. Well, the laws of the Imperium do not prohibit heirs of other houses from using the seal in times of need. I am always at your service. Your lordship?
Clement.
I am at your service at any time, day or night, your lordship.
That's fixed. How are you, my friend?
The curiosity merchant's smile has, or so it seems.
Where is Kira?
My collection will offer you the big... There is a certain captain who owns a unique protocol, a family heirloom, which he has...
Okay, so what? Perhaps we can path for hoard treasure, send you the coordinates. Okay, let's go and rob a captain. Let's go and rob a captain. Okay, so we got that fixed. Jay's quest is started. We're soon finishing it. Spoils of Prudence. We have a quest here as well. I don't know what that is. We have a quest there. That's the Eldari Scout for Vodvi. You're finished. Okay, good. It's only Sarkov now, and it's 1/4. Okay.
It's about time.
Where do we have him? There, Quintus, my old friend.
Atilius Kind nervously tugs at the head. The secretary nods energetically. Jay's expression is pensive.
I beg your pardon? What's this about servitors?
Jay shrugs.
I am merely repeating the word of the master.
But, after 70 years of service, and not a single directive. Not from Holy Terra or from Dargonus. A complete breakdown in communication. What a farce, what an insult against all processes.
Scarlet patches blossom on the secretary's pale face.
But this is easily remedied.
Jay nervously licks her lips. She clearly did not expect this response to her remark.
Attilius, I do not think the Exalted One has any particular desire to see you lobotomized and turned into a mindless clanking ghoul just because someone somewhere changed a law.
So, you serve humanity while remain as you are. Could a servitor replace a true administrative officer who is passionate about his work?
After lots of prevarication, Atilius's hunched figure sags.
Of course you are right. I will continue to serve Janus and the Von Valancius Protectorate as before. And today I will dispatch a request for copies of edicts issued by the Imperium over the last 50 years. Who knows?
Jay lets out a breath, obviously relieved.
That is wonderful, Attilius, just wonderful. Just don't go poking at your eyes with a long needle, at least until you receive a direct order to do so from your precious administrative.
Here you are.
The secretary proffers the sealed certificate with care.
And may the Emperor bless your path. Oh yes, the flora of Janus can take your breath away. While the fauna can inadvertently kill you.
All things in Janus.
Without the enemies of humanity on our land? Wonderfully, your lordship. The people of... The Emperor is my witness. Janus is always honored to receive your lordship.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The fountain is an expensive toy for the nobility. Pure water is currently bubbling from it, but additional pipes on it indicate the presence of separate siphons for sparkling wine and other beverages.
Okay. I think we have taken everything that is here, so we don't really need to worry about it, but I'm just having a look.
A new
quick
challenge
look
for
by.
me?
I think we're fine. I think we cleaned this place out. That sounds horrible when I say it, but yeah. So we have one south and we have one north from where we are. South and north isn't really relevant when in dealing with this, but yeah. That's Foulstone. Magnetic Storm. Auger Anomaly. Abandoned Camp. You know what? I don't want to deal with a warp infestation, so we're just going to jump over there.
A warp breach.
Oh,
Ungodly fiends spreading sorcerous disease walk the lower decks, gathering.
I literally said I don't want to deal with a warp breach. Guess what happened? Warp breach. Fuck you, game. It is Nurgle.
The
Okay.
web sucks.
They say a little bit of humility never hurts anyone. I help others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
I'm watching your back.
Your seneschal is...
I tire of idleness. Let's move. Already done. I'll pass.
I am your shadow.
I'm always ready.
Uh,
Victory awaits. Not a problem for me. Not my specialty. Take a knee and bow before me.
Let the blood flow!
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous
Thank
fury.
you. And then
As
yes.
the Emperor, strike is a prayer. I'll do it. Faith is worthless.
Ouch. Ouch.
An offering of blood.
Ouch.
I will not die
Ouch.
in dishonor.
Out of my way!
I will endure.
I am your blade and shield, as the tenets demand. The shadows will see. I feel nothing, fear nothing. As honor ordains.
I'll live another day. Forge ahead. You didn't stand a chance. Nothing of value has been lost.
You got a bit.
Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do. Suits my... You didn't stand a chance. Already done.
Okay, good.
Death to non-believers!
Nothing.
Focus, Van Callux. Focus. I won't object to it. For the throne's glory. Throne take you. I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
Hey, that's not what I
of course,
expected,
be
but
gone.
ouch.
I won't go down easy.
A moving target lives longer.
$52 stacks. What mind if I do?
Don't get too cocky. Am I getting paid for this?
Suits my purposes. All too nothing of value has been lost. I am fear incarnate. My tactics are flawless. You didn't stand a chance. Suits my
Oh, that's
purposes.
ruthless.
Already done.
Okay, now I'm really riled up. You've got a... I want a medal for that one. I can do that with the right incentive.
Oh, that actually heals him. I forgot about that.
Follow my lead.
There is only death, yours or mine.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Love the fact that you blocked that, honestly.
A dance of blades and shadows. Trust me. As the
Vengeance will be swift.
Okay, nice.
That was insulting.
I am sorry, Cabela.
Suits my-
You actually managed good. Okay.
Not a problem for me.
Give you a kick.
I can't do.
Score the pain.
Suits my purposes. We must act.
Okay.
Brace yourself,
Good.
Abelard.
Yeah, I think getting a shot, getting a shield on you is a great option. The only problem is the fact that if I put a shield on him, I can't really use. Brain. Please start working. If I put a shield on Shotgunnius, I cannot really use. Make use out of sniper rifle I have, which is
The ship's augurs have detected an explorator base set up in the middle of the jungle. Enforcers sent to scout the area have returned and are reporting that the camp is completely deserted, and the only tech priest they encountered was found dead on the edge of a strange abyss that had split the planet's surface. Judging by the notes left behind at the camp, he had pushed all his companions into the abyss, one
Okay,
after
yeah,
another,
that's
and
not
remained
sane.
forever motionless at the brink, waiting for tidings.
that's not sane at all. Hmm? But we got ourselves that. Okay. What do we have left? Looking at here. So we have up here. Oh, we have that there. I don't know what
A mysterious
that is.
sickness struck the clan living in one of the macro cannon chambers. The disease quickly spread, causing the afflicted to writhe with unbearable stomach cramps and expire after several days of agony. Before the officers could react, the neighboring
Smuggler's cache is what that is. Okay. It has firing range of lance weapons. Okay. Not really fantastic, but it's not bad either, honestly. Okay. Pelican is one of the ones we need rep for, and Fellowship of the Void.
In the middle of a warp jump, our sensors detected the unplanned maneuver was completed without any casualties or damage. The unidentified vessel, or perhaps it was a warp mirage.
We are finishing up Jay's quests. That is what we're doing. That is why it's jumping, and not really anything sitting down and doing something. But yeah. Yeah, Jay needs to be with us.
Follow my lead.
Okay, well. Dance. Allies deal 9% down damage. Blood Blessed. Where? Combat Master. Yep.
None shall stand in my way.
AHH, Shotgunnius von Valencius, you have returned.
Here's your paper.
The ocular lenses on the old woman's nose emit a subtle hum as she adjusts the magnet.
This is your cue and your ticket number is.
The old woman's ocular lenses hum as she zooms in on the paper in her hand.
394. When it is your turn to be seen, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again and sign the official certification for J. Hatery to possess a Mercatum Tabula official. You will have a bit of a wait, but it will be worth it in the end, yes.
She's going to go insane. Probably me as well. If I must queue, then I shall
Then I bid
queue.
you good day. May the law and the Emperor keep you.
It's about time.
Composing ordered servitors.
The queue hums with thousands of voices.
You have to admit, the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges.
Jay smiles sheepishly, eyeing the queue.
But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be, Shireen. I've never seen anything like it before, and sometimes it's good to take a break from constant traveling. And to give all the hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in glory without us in the way.
What should we pick? What should we pick? Okay. Let's yawn.
The minutes drag by intolerably slowly.
Scratch the back of
You have whiled away 30 seconds of your wait. You wonder how long you have left to go.
Count the people in the queue.
The people are constantly moving, coming and going, changing places or simply disappearing from view. On your first attempt, you count 238.
Actually.
After catching your eye, Jay purrs surreptitiously as she glances at Kibella.
Shireen, if you were to tell your pet assassin to put on a little show in this room right now, I bet to defile one of the bloodspun web sacraments by dedicating it to your avarice. Think again, blasphemer.
Order your servants to wait patiently.
In the last 8 hours, the only thing that has changed in the waiting hall is the warden shift. The petitioners in the queue placidly await the blessed hour when their appeal will be heard by the high-ranking servants of the Imperium. The entire queue perks up at a sudden announcement. Number 280.
Throne take me, What torturous trial have we let ourselves in for?
Jay almost wails in despair.
So much precious time lost, and we've only moved 3 places ahead. At this rate, we'll be old and grey before we get out of this queue, Shireen.
Do not forget, you're the reason we're here.
And that was the will of the Exalted One, Shireen.
Jay throws up her arms and lowers her head.
And the Exalted One has granted me insight as to how, with a simple wave of your hand and a few wise words, we can ease our arduous weight. The simplest way is to make these lowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of our title, Shireen. The second option requires a little more. A wise decision, Shireen.
Jay gives you a conspiratorial wink and backs away slightly.
O Exalted One, could today...
Esteemed Lord, take pity on this poor youth as well. I will give you everything I have, I swear before the Emperor. Only help me solve my problem.
We do not need everything, poor wretch.
Listen to the young
The
man.
young man in worn work overalls comports himself with unusual grace for a commoner.
My lord, I have been in this queue for 24 moons already, trying to get a permission slip to wed my fiancée Zazie. Unfortunately, the servants of the administratum refused to grant it without the signature of a highborn sponsor.
Out of my way.
Elbowing aside onlookers left and right, a richly dressed lady with a beauty mark augment above her lip charges toward you.
Esteemed Lord, my 8th offspring has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family, his noble title, and his talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered waif from the middle levels. A union with the commoner will put an end to his studies at the university, but should Dargonus and the Officio Medici be deprived of a capable chirurgeon because of a passing fancy?
Zazie is a healer too. And she helps the people of the Hive a great deal more than any lily-white chirurgeon with a diploma. I do not want to live a life of idleness in the spires of Dargonus like you, not when I know there are thousands of unfortunate people in the lower levels who need my help.
If you wish to study alongside your beloved, very well. I hereby grant you ownership of Dragonus University of Medicae. You may admit anyone you like.
The young man blinks in astonishment.
What? Why yes, of course. That is just what I'll do. Thank you for your generosity, my lord. This is a miracle.
You have an interesting way of doing business, Shireen. I'll keep that in mind.
Jay's shrewd eyes are alight with interest as she watches the... After allowing you a brief pause, a hunched ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless... Jay peers over the man's shoulder to read his crumpled form.
You are here to request mortification, so that your organs go to your granddaughter as an inheritance. She will hardly want your worn-out body part.
The ragged man shakes his head and covers his... Only now do you notice the tattoo on his right hand, the symbol of the Adeptus. Jay looks at the man's form again, and rears back in horror.
The granddaughter of this poor wretch was turned into a servitor 16 Dargonus years ago. And after a recent accident, she was listed for disposal. And now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for a soulless tin can. May the Exalted One keep me from such a fate.
Will buy my people. I will have my people buy your granddaughter. Release, and see to your welfare.
The old man's withered lips curve in the semblance of a smile.
Interesting. So that is how the ruler of worlds and all the stars in the sky acts when he finds an unfortunate on the edge of his magnificent orbit.
Jay nods pensively and beckons the next petitioner forward. A mature woman in a finely made but threadbare dress greets you.
I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family, it's devastated. My life's work, oh, my shop selling rare hats, burned to ashes. I am living out my last years as a widow. Alone, in a cold, deserted manor, without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status.
The woman falls silent, her brow raised in expectation of your response.
I suppose you must remarry, then. Shall I have my people select the best spouse for you?
No. Why ever would you? No more husbands or wives. I am too old for all of that. All I want is to enjoy the last years of my life.
Perhaps I can rebuild this hat shop of yours.
The woman's beleaguered eyes sparkle to life.
Why, that's a wonderful idea. Please, take my place in the queue here, I insist. Well, that was amusing. I paid off the last few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. It's a pity they aren't all so amenable.
Jay, sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck?
Jay inspect.
We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Shireen. But you are... I'll be honest, Shireen, I already tried to convince Heinrichs to use his interrogator's rosette, with sweet words and pretty songs I cajoled and wheedled. But he remains unmoved, like a rock whipped by the winds. Perhaps he will be more amenable to a request from you. Sister Argenta, for instance.
Jay's voice becomes noticeably warmer.
She could engage the people in a prayer or tell a story about some saint or other in exchange for their queue tickets.
Wait patiently.
Another 8 planetary hours go by.
Shireen, you're a saint, have I told you that before?
The next 8 hours pass surprisingly peacefully.
Well, Shireen, maybe this time you will lose patience with being patient and decide to... I'd prefer to call it my wisdom learned through many years' experience, but You were thinking about it as well? As they say on Afreet, there is no star more coveted than that which points to the Exalted One.
Jay casts a sidelong glance at the Sister of Battle as the latter holds out several numbered tickets to you.
These were given to me in thanks by the... We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Shireen. But you aren't ready to stop there, are you?
Address the tender-hearted man.
Jay catches your eye and lays her hand on the shoulder of a weary-looking man.
May the Emperor illuminate your path, brother. I am Jay, and this is Shotgunius. We've been in the queue so long already, we're all practically family now. Won't you tell us what brought you to the Palace of Order?
The man starts in surprise.
Yes, Light of the Throne bless you. My name is Minas. Minas de Pyrr. I have been here a month already. I've tried everything I can to get through to that window. Nothing working. My poor Ilna. She's my daughter, my flesh and blood. They detained her on VEBO 6. Charged her, can you believe it? The charges were false. That's how our administratum operates.
Minas covers his mouth and glances around fearfully.
I've said too much. I do apologize, it's my nerves. My nerves. I just keep thinking about her there on VEBOs, shackled down in the mines. My poor Ilna. As delicate as a flower, she is. She's got weak lungs, you understand? Always coughing. And her now down the mines? All that dust and muck? She won't cope with it, she won't. She was acquitted 2 years ago. But to get the papers certified, and the seal? So much time has passed, and now here I am, standing, waiting. It doesn't matter. At the rate this queue's moving, it'll be 10 cycles or more before our numbers come up.
What was your daughter's accused of?
Falsely accused, falsely accused. She was slandered. They said she deliberately poisoned a whole room of highborn folk. With cakes. Have you ever heard the like of it? These nobles didn't even make as far as the privy. Panic. Outrage. Scandal. And so what? It was their own fault, that's what. A crate of fine Calician wine was found. Ha. And the smugglers were found too. And what did the smugglers do? They framed someone else. And my daughter...
Of course. Blame the smugglers.
Why don't we simply pay and you have given me a place in queue?
What?
Not as smoothly done as it could have been, but you certainly have a style all your own, Shireen. What now?
The hum of activity returns to the queue.
Well, that went faster than I expected. We had a little bit of a... What are you waiting for, Shireen? Let's go. We have another couple of hours with the certification officer to get through.
The certification
The document is hereby certified.
says the rasping voice through the metal jaw with its integrated vox.
Return to the Master of Seals in order to proceed. And may his light and wisdom guard you. Next.
What is that? No, it hasn't been the full cycle since I was appointed, but please cover for me. Masters, in Emperor's sake, I completely forgot about one extremely important seal. Okay.
The Temple of Law and Order greets you,
Here's the seal.
Shotgunius von Valancius. Wonderful. The Emperor blessed you with patience greater than that.
The old woman holds the documents close so that they are almost touching. Jay's smile evaporates, revealing her true emotions.
Void scorpions scratch out my eyes. Now what? Just one strike. Not in his name, not by his will, merely for myself. Would it be a grave trespass, I wonder? No, I must banish such thoughts. I suppose I can overlook it, given that the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, J. Hater. And one more thing, loss of the certificate is a grievous transgression. Yes, esteemed Daimar, give me the certificate already, come on.
Jay's eyes dart over the Mercatum Tabula Officiale and shine with delight.
Praise the exalted one who saw me through all these.
We are dandy. We're good. We're fine. We are now back to the bridge. We need to talk to Solomon. We need to talk to Jay. Jay is over here. Let's talk to her.
Shireen, light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the Font Valancius Protectorate. One bright and powerful, like the rogue trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around delight, Jai Hidari. As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen. Just give them time. And of course, the assistant to official trade representative Jai Hidari is already rushing to Dargonis to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality to you and your people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen, from the bottom of my humble heart.
Welcome. That's what friends
A
for.
rogue trader cannot have friends, Shireen. Only servants for whom the word of their master is supreme law. And partners to whom the favor of the... You are welcome to call our relations whatever you like, Shireen.
And their turn.
After all, words mean little. But you have taken good care of me, and so I would like to take good care of you. And go slightly beyond the strict terms of our agreement. Here, I brought a small gift as a token of gratitude. And may the Exalted One keep watching over the paths that you tread.
Temporary wounds for each negative effect removed. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. That's actually fairly decent. Agatha seems to have gotten under your skin, am I right?
Argenta? What could be more beautiful than the sight of a sister of battle, whose mere presence casts light in the dark corners of lost souls such as mine? But alas, what remains of my sanity is telling me that poor Jai can only admire the radiance of this angel, forsaking any hope of ever touching her wings. Oh.
Okay, now we talk to Solomon, because we finished his quest as well.
Rogue trader?
Where would this go?
Of course. Which part?
What do you think we could have done to satisfy the perfect?
I do not know. It was one of those tough situations where only time will tell how well you handled them. If I were in your position, I would take the prefect's evaluation in stride and learn from your painful experience on Dasara. Sometimes, life knocks the wind out of you in a way that can't be dodged, so it helps to learn how to take a hit.
Right, we should have done. I'm curious. Like any of the entertainment we saw in Sunsarian?
I was on a mission, not attending to pointless amusements.
You're simply no good at enjoying yourself.
You are quite right, and I'm almost proud of it. What kind of arbitrator would stoop to idle revelry or throne forbid dancing?
Must have been something that appealed to you.
Very well. If you insist, let me think about it one more time. The wine smelled like wash. The imposter hunt was a plot. I failed to see anything appealing there. And the rest of the festivities had all the characteristics of degradation. I believe that covers everything.
Yeah.
Nope, wait a second. I don't know why, but I enjoyed seeing that augmented beast roam free. I am certainly no expert or point of reference on this subject.
Enough
We
about
could
that.
discuss something else. You know...
A thin, pale woman stands out among the rest of the crew. There is a thick bundle of cables come. The Vox Master nods obediently and press. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel.
I live to serve, Lord Captain.
Okay. So we got that fixed, that fixed. I think Henrik has
To
anything.
what do I owe this visit?
Yeah.
Heinrichs nods wordlessly. Heinrichs politely inclines his head in response.
Okay. So. We now have... we're on Dragonis. Merculo Tableau quest is finished. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. That was what I was thinking of doing. We're looking at trades now, specifically the Navy, because we might actually be able to get some good stuff there, and by getting the good stuff from the Navy, we might be able to make fairly ease
The high
of
factotum
what's
Janris
coming
Danroth
next.
greets you with a cool
It's not enough to get a new rank. Even if we got a new rank, that would actually be an upgrade. Yeah, too bad. Rise, weapon skill and critical damage. Okay. What do you have? By all. Hey. Vladim, how are you doing? Uniforms. And mosquitoes are starting to come out, and okay. The roar might actually replace our deadly repeater, honestly, but stream is still going. Everything looks good. Okay, fair enough. By all. Yes. Harmonious. Fellowship of the Void. Yeah, we're kind of done with most of it. Explorators and durations we're done with. And from the looks of it, we don't really have anything that we could pick up that increases anything. Okay, off to here we go. Seriously?
During the warp voyage, the middle decks reported the mysterious disappearance of the Prophet and Morph.
When we left it, it immediately got an event, so I'm just like, we're going back and doing that.
The cult of the Final Dawn has poisoned the colony's water supplies. All who drink from the tainted sources start mutating at frightening speed.
Get support from the Cognizant fleet.
Quickly and efficiently, the tech priests set up a powerful water treatment plant. The purified water has a peculiar taste, but at least it is safe to drink.
Okay, good. Now we go back here and we deal with the attack.
The engine decks were transformed into exotic. Lord Captain, Druckery ships are patrolling the system. The likelihood of slipping past their patrols unnoticed is close. You fail to get.
Yep. I'm going to fucking wreck them. We have a navy. We have a fleet as well. Yeah, they blocked our abilities. Oh. And we move to the side. You have 2 HP, my friend. No.
A worthy deed.
Does it reset now, or...? In the toy box. Where... Party, saves, dialogue, quests, shamans, colonies. I don't care about that. Reset all. Does that do anything? No, it does not. Tick, you will murder all who dares to engage you. Oh, really? Common buffs. Change plan. Might be soft locking me, but at the same time, main menu. making it reload everything might be a good thing in general. Okay. Doing that then. When you're redoing this combat, it's not a hard combat, it's absolutely not hard. It's annoying, is what it is. That is best way of putting it. It's annoying. Because this fight is not hard, it's just tedious. Okay, so we took out that one. I'm just... Just...
Duty and vigilance always prevail. Ready to unleash our fury.
Okay. Come on. I am just at the stage of just take it easy, don't super hard kill it at this point. Leave one up continuously. That guy had one health. Can't kill him. Okay. Oh, you're lining up a good one there for me, honestly. You with one shot there. I'm letting them take turns, so I know this has been a bit buggy in the earlier versions as well. Oh no. Okay. Those two can duel down there, I don't care. I can take care of the rest.
A commendable victory, rogue trader.
Extra wing, yep. Silent running. Yep. What do we have here? Fuck ton of weapons. Is that a complete one now? That is the complete one. Muru 79. Don't remember what it is you get from that, but
The scouting team sent to the colony world returns with a decrepit, shaggy, foul-smelling vagrant in tow. The old man hastened toward the enforcers as soon as he saw the dynasty's colors, and implored them to take him to Master Voigtva or Lady Theodora. During his interrogation, the old man says he is a loyal servant of House von Valancius. 4 decades ago, he was sent on an important mission to this system by Master of Whispers Voigtva. It took him 20 years to complete the mission. He spent the next 20 waiting for his masters to collect him. The investigation has found no wrongdoing the old man could be held accountable for. The vagrant only agrees to share the details of his assignment with the rogue trader himself. If his claims are to be believed, he was sent to recover documentary evidence of House Winterscale's debt liabilities to House von Valancius.
okay.
Those priceless papers had been stolen by hired agents of the cold trade on Caligo's Winterscale's orders. However, instead of being destroyed as he wanted them to be, they were hidden away for. The old man describes a long journey full of perilous adventures that eventually brought him into possession of the documents, which he then proudly presents to you. Astonishingly enough, the papers turn out to be genuine.
Yeah, promote him.
The beaming old man has joined the ship's enforcers in order to teach younger soldiers lessons in fortitude and unshakable loyalty.
Yep. Now it's only this one left.
The answer. Juliet is asking the Elentach to help her kin who have found themselves in a trap sprung by fate. The Aldrai are worn out and weak, their song is a cry of despair. And that cry is fading.
Raven orders got cords right through.
Now all the crew can do is hope that the calculations are correct, and that the veteran officer's experience has not let them down. The shuttle However, when the shuttle reaches the Xena ship, the rescue team's report catches the bridge crew off guard. The vessel's starboard side has been shielding her eyes. Juliet closes them and clutches the spirit stone at her breast. Some time after, Juliet comes to the Lord Captain, haggard but still holding on to hope. She says that she came aboard the Monkey vessel and set off into the darkness in the hopes of finding her kin, but found only corpses slaughtered by humanity's.
the humanity is not nice towards Eldari. They're not nice to any kind of Xenos. Just ask the Tau.
The clan servicing the cooling systems have reported an incident of sort. The controlled scorching of decks is a labor-intensive but very familiar process for the Voidsmen serving under the ship's Infernus Master. The evacuate ship's enforcers notified officers about a strange...
We are now heading to... Jocasta.
Lord Captain.
The Master at Arms snaps to attention, ready to carry out your order.
Proud to serve the dynasty.
Is it on the officer deck then? Plasma drive chambers. I'm sitting here thinking what actually would be...
The man kneeling before you has an ungainly build.
Your lordship, this serf was arrested on suspicion of stealing machine components. He was
Heinrichs does not take his eyes off the prisoner's neck, his lips twisted in distaste.
Study the prisoner.
The pigment of the tattoo looks fresh, standing out starkly against the color of his skin, which means that it is a very recent addition. You look closely and you notice a pair of scars at the base of his neck, suspiciously reminiscent of an almost healed bite.
Henrix, are you going to burn a hole in him with your declaration?
The interrogator slowly shakes his head.
It's too early for that. Let's see what he has to say first.
Who is this man?
Shout Galet, servant of the blessed late Beta 2 Diligence. Low-ranking worker, easily replaceable. No apparent signs of mutation. We are honored to be of service to your lordship.
The Master at Arms offers you a fervid bow.
Do you feel like talking yet?
The prisoner gives you the smile of a man condemned and snaps.
I've got nothing to say to you, heretic.
Choking with rage, Sourback grabs the maul from her belt. She rasps.
Allow me, Lord Captain, please.
Calm yourself. Talk to me. And I will not let these people do what they tend to do.
The man laughs with contempt, then starts chanting.
Tempting are the promises of heretics, but barren as the darkness-cursed void in which they bury the souls of those who trust them.
Argenta exhales hoarsely.
Damn you all, distorters of holy words.
I'm a heretic, am I? Either fear has robbed him of reason, or he has a very skewed perspective.
The prisoner jerks as if trying to point at you with his tied hands.
You're a false believer, a fake captain. You're leading people into the gloom of heresy, away from salvation.
As you command. Although I believe this zealot will require some effort. Questioning fanatics is a long and exhilarating process.
Abelard grumbles.
And once again the Lord Captain is doing his subjects' work for them. Dirty, bloody work.
Inject him with a substance to break the subject's will. Be sure not to melt his brain.
The chemical concoction burns the man's mind from within. His muscles twitch, tensed to the point of his sinew cracking. A torrent of nightmares born from his subconscious assaults his brain, but he cannot even scream. He moans, choking on his own saliva. The man whimpers incoherently but grits his teeth.
Your song. I hear it. I won't break.
Sourback smiles longingly.
Not much longer, your lordship.
Henrix, I invite you to demonstrate what an interrogator on the Inquisition is capable of.
The interrogator touches different spots on the prisoner's body, coldly commenting on the effects his sorcery is having on the writhing man. He makes his blood boil, then freeze, then boil again. He arrests his heart, makes it beat rapidly, then back again. At last, Heinrich steps away.
I am finished, Shotgunius. If that didn't suffice, I do not recommend applying biomancy again, we may lose the prisoner.
A gurgling sob falls from the man's lips.
Stop. I'll talk.
Sauerback looks at him with a radiant smile.
The prisoner is ready to cooperate, your lordship.
Whom do you serve?
The cult of the Ravenous Star, the true believers, the righteous, the purest congregation, they who hear the songs of his angel.
This angel is an old sorcerer who appeared before me, promising me my demise. Did he brainwash you all, or someone else?
Old sorcerer? No, the angel is not of the woeful human form. He is splendor. His visage is a divine inspiration of the many-armed emperor. You, faithless one, were granted the honor of gazing upon the Magus, our good shepherd, our messenger.
The captive lets out a deranged chuckle.
If you beheld the angel, you would scratch your own brain out through your eye sockets.
Many armed.
A deep furrow appears on Sauerback's brow.
Blast it. Lord Captain, we are dealing with an extremely dangerous Xenos cult that excels at hiding among humans.
I fear you are right, Mistress Sauerback. This, actually, please, continue. I will correct you should your information contradict credible intelligence.
What do you know about our enemy?
Very little. As per regulations, every master at arms passes on special instructions to their successor, instructions that more resemble disturbing tales. Some of them mention genetic cults, covered clans, cliques, and sects that all share one common trait, Xenos infestation.
Okay.
These things pass themselves off as ordinary people, as rabble, or preachers, corrupting new groups. They pray to their unholy idol, which they often refer to as the many-armed emperor. They create ever-growing families and produce offspring, hideous at first, but with each new generation, more and more human in appearance. And then, they rise up.
Gene stealers, Shotgunius. That is what these enemies of humanity are called. When such a creature bites its victim, it injects its gene into their body and dominates their mind. Or, more accurately, it binds it to the shared mind of the brood. The victim undergoes no visible change, but their offspring will carry the brand of inhuman nature. Bestial maws, extra limbs, or something worse at times, horrific genetic outliers. However, the cult makes sure to keep any of their kind with unnatural appearance out of sight. After several generations, the mutants become practically indistinguishable from humans, but then something in their genes once more begets fully developed Xenos capable of beginning the cycle of infestation anew.
Okay, not good stuff, in other words. Why the many-armed?
Their arms, Lord Captain. These Xenos have more arms than normal. They twist and pervert our faith, probably for the sole reason that it gives them blasphemous pleasure.
Okay.
The more likely reason is that it helps them blend in. They hide their heresy behind the veil of normality. Just one more cult like so many others. Moreover, it is possible that they indeed see their deity that way. Such cultists have been known to describe their grotesque Xenos masters as beautiful during interrogations. Monsters are angels to them, and the God Emperor's worshippers are heretics.
Why do they choose to act among the rabble specifically?
The lower decks have plenty of dark corners for the Xenos to lie in wait. Commoners are too dull-witted and spineless to identify the threat before it is too late. And at the same time, they are dull-witted and spineless enough to serve as cannon fodder to be thrown at the cult's enemies when the uprising begins.
The poor are less likely to pay attention to strange behavior or disappearances. Even if someone sees a genetic monster, they will chalk it up to a bad case of mutation. Meanwhile, the cult attracts the weak and injured, easy prey for their indoctrinators. In other words, it makes for a convenient staging ground.
What is their objective? Power? Bloody sacrifice to their god?
Their end goal is always mutiny. They can prepare for many generations, accumulating weapons and numbers, until one day, they attack. That day is their day of revelation, the apotheosis of their profane faith. They think that on that day, their blasphemous star children will descend from the void and elevate their worshippers.
The creatures that infect the first victims act as scouts for a Xenos race known as Tyranids. After creating a gene stealer cult, the scout evolves into something more complex, an entity called the Patriarch. The collective mind of the brood becomes a psychic beacon for the Tyranids, a beacon that marks the planet as vulnerable. Once the Xenos fleet approaches the infected world, the rebellion begins. The cult strikes the world's defenders in the back while the Xenos devour all life on the planet. And the cult's true believers certainly do not find the ascension they were promised. Instead, they all become a bioresource. Food.
Do you have anything more to add, Henrix?
I would advise you to prepare for the worst. The cult could have been operating on the ship for a long time, in which case it might already have a small army at its disposal. And I am not talking about infiltrators with a semi-human appearance. Such cults command strong, fast monstrosities whose claws tear through metal like paper. Psychically attuned mutants linked to the brute's collective mind. Specialized abominations and elite specimens at the top of the cult's hierarchy. The enemy is dangerous and has many faces.
In lieu of answering, Sourback nods grimly, lost in troubling thoughts.
How did the conspirators recruit you?
I believed. I found him, I bowed to him. His angel's kin granted me a revelation. It entered my flesh. It let me join the congregation.
The interrogator touches his own neck in the same spot where the prisoner has his fresh scar.
A sign of infection, I'm sure of it.
We should know everything about the Vile Cult.
We believe in the many-armed emperor.
Yeah.
This is a pawn, a mindless tool. He was brainwashed and forced into submission.
Death. Yours.
Even broken.
In a sanctuary. A tomb. For heretics. A quiet place.
The dynastic crypt. The vermin. Yes.
Casting a glance at the prisoner, whisper.
He has proved far more useful than I expected. He must have been in the cult only for a short time, and the psychic connection to his brethren had not taken root in his mind. No amount of torture would have loosened his tongue otherwise.
Heinrichs frowns.
Things are progressing too smoothly.
It will be done, your lordship.
Yeah, things are progressing a bit too smoothly. That's for sure. Archmilitant can use both heroic actions. Still not. You can still only use a heroic act or desperate measure per round. Yep.
Available special abilities.
Okay. Capable of area attacks. Burst attacks, yeah. Okay, you have suffering damage and want to restore all damage dealt. Any target has suffered damage. Enemies suffer from any damage over time. Okay, yeah.
Follow my lead!
You can just make out a faded symbol on one of the tiles, a serpent and a star. There appears to be someone's stash behind it, but the stash has long been abandoned.
Okay. Have a look around.
The lift is stuck between the platforms. There must be mechanisms capable of powering the machine spirit with energy somewhere in the compartment.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant.
Victory awaits!
Okay, good. Okay, so we got Pac-Man with armor piercing ammo. Inflicts the wearer's range attack inflicts 6 levels of bleeding. What is that going on? What does that go on? That goes on armor penetration divided by 5. Okay. And the other thing we picked up? What was that? Enemies, whereas area attacks of minus dodge. Allies within the where. Let's actually make use out of that one.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Ah, Shireen, what fabulous places you take us to. Abandoned ships, foul-smelling back streets, and now a filthy compartment where anyone is welcome to get themselves killed by a conductive charge.
I, for one, cannot wait until this bold streak passes and the Lord Captain realizes just how comfortable his throne is.
Void Braid, Chapel, Void Shrine, Mainline, Void Ship Crypt. Yep, we're running this team. Okay.
Adalbert, the ship's confessor, solemnly raises his hands above the altar and speaks mournfully. A hand-shaped panel opens in.
Lord Captain, we now require your blood. The crypt will not open without the rogue trader's genetic signature.
People
Ready as never before, your lordship. They are incensed by this profane intrusion and eager to exterminate the menace before the eyes of our departed ancestors. My enforcers will secure this.
May the Emperor protect his...
Show no mercy.
The panel's mechanical teeth sting your flesh, and you feel your blood trickling down the small ducts into the altar's bowels. You hear a click, and the crypt doors open with a piercing creak. Beyond them, you
Sacrilege. The hallowed crypt must remain illuminated.
This was done on purpose.
Your lordship, wait. There's been...
Heinrich bursts into the ante-compartment and stops short when he sees the open doors and the gloom beyond.
Damn it, I'm late. I meant to report an act of sabotage. They've cut off the promethium supply to the crypt's lighting. You're walking into an ambush.
We failed to discover this earlier.
They covered their tracks well. But I was worried about your safety.
Heinrich smiles somewhat sheepishly.
Which is why I took the liberty of sending maintenance patrols to inspect the perimeter of the crypt.
Their expedition performance is laughable. Whether through darkness or well-lit halls, we're going in.
I fear we might be underestimating the enemy. The enforcers have already done it once. The Infernus Guild would join you in this fight, if you would have us. To get inside, the aberrations would have had to make a passage for themselves somewhere in the crypt's perimeter. No one knows the maintenance tunnels better than us. We could find this breach and attack the enemy from the rear. I doubt a few workers armed with axes and torches will make much of a difference, but we would be honored to die in your name.
Arm yourself properly.
Depends on who's wielding it.
Heinrich says with a chuckle, but then his expression darkens.
The Infernus Guild is banned from taking up arms. Our clan is branded because our ancestors were rebels. The station where we originally hail from once rose against Lady Theodora's predecessor. The traitors were killed, and the rest of the station was left stranded in the void to die without air or water. Out of those who repented, the rogue traitor selected 1,000 who were allowed on board. Those spared people became the Infernus Guild, repairmen, firefighters, those who bear the brunt of any disaster and are the first to die. That was our penance. It's been centuries, and still we die not just because our duty demands it, but because we atone for what our ancestors did. The enforcers keep reminding us about it, and if they see an armed Infernus, they'll execute them on the spot.
Abelard scowls.
What opportune time you've chosen to tell this tragic tale, Montague. So convenient.
And you will use any means you have to fight, die if it's required.
We will, your lordship.
The Infernus Master and his people leave the hall. The doors of the crypt are open. It is time to step into the darkness.
Yep.
It's about time.
The gates have been blocked to cut off all possible escape routes for heretics and enforcers alike. They will not open until your victory has been secured.
They, whatever, their next attack automatically hits and cannot be parried or dodged.
Needle pistol shells are scattered across the floor. They do not belong in this realm of tranquil glory.
Okay.
There are large footprints in the dust, but the 2 feet are of different shapes, one human and the other clawed and horribly mutated.
Seneschal.
Remember the deeds of the hero who died to protect the Lord Captain.
These bones of the dead should be serving the living.
The skull gives in, and something clicks beneath it. Somewhere in the dark, a passage opens up with a rumbling groan.
They hear, gathering dust and concealed from people's eyes.
A new challenge for me?
Old key. That is one of the armors I've been using a lot. Because it's, what is it? It's Imperium lore. We can throw that on, oh, we can throw that on you. Okay, yep. We can throw that on J. Base armor for dodge. Yeah. It gives you 82 armor. It's kind of ridiculous in of itself. You have more armor than my tank. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Your back is good, your back is good, your back is indoor, your back is also good. That's also good. Yeah. Two levels. If I'm using that, it gives 2 levels. It is armor penetration divided by 5. So it's kind of useless. Even if we take a look at this, what is the most? It would be a plasma or a melta, right? 70. Yeah, 70 is 60. 45, 60, 45. 35. That's the one we got from over there. The last last DLC mission we did. 75 is the highest one. Yep.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The gate does not yield. The Luminator servo skull beam reveals the lifeless cable of the entry cogitator snaking into the dark. The sarcophagus was installed recently. The inscription reads, "Here, Archmilitant Mort keeps his eternal vigil, protecting in death the one he could not protect in life."
A job for me.
Wires protrude from the servitor's severed head, wrapping around a fragment of its spine. The broken jaw twitches frantically, struggling to shut.
Okay.
Forward, faithful pure. Crush those who oppose the coming of the many-armed emperor.
Smite the Xenos! The angels blessing
Ravenor, Gene Stealer, Neophyte Gunner. Oh, Cabela's going there. We're going there. Yeah, he's here.
will be destroyed! The true believers will inherit all!
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Is a friend.
What is it? Solid, it can be damaged by potent music power, but only Megist.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay.
Nothing I can't do. Let's see how they respond to this. Nothing of value has been lost. Not a problem for me. Already done. You didn't stand a chance. Suits my purposes.
Nice.
Only the faithful will ascend.
We bring deliverance. I bring mercy and retribution.
Okay, good.
The silence guides me. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
And we are just going to charge in.
I took care of this one.
And
Indeed.
I really should put a ranged weapon on you, shouldn't I?
want my blood?
47. Okay.
Tell me, and it is done. I can do that with the right incentive. You've got a problem, I've got a price.
49. I should have not wasted everything.
Don't get too cocky.
We bring.
Oh, I'm still here?
Go down easy. For the throne's glory, naturally. Go on, beast. More trouble than it's worth.
Oh, we're out of range.
I won't object to it.
Okay.
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
Rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds is worthless.
What is a natural? Yeah, it can't get done by
I'll do it.
just anything.
Doubt is for the weak, guided by faith. As the Emperor none can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
The fact that I can't get out of here is infuriating, honestly.
Ha! Another clean strike! My time is now! Nothing? All too easy.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Injured! I'm enraged!
High momentum.
Temporary health.
My place is at the fore. At your beck and call. It will be done.
We bring deliverance.
Too bad I never leave debts unpaid.
Temporary loss. Victor advantage. Lose half their stacks. Never loses temporary health. Momentum. Okay. Obviously, meal grant movement. I don't think it's. Oh no, it's working. Okay, great.
Am I getting paid for this?
Probably not, no.
Nothing of value has been lost! You didn't stand a chance! Suits my purposes. Already done. Not a problem for me. I shall not fear. Nothing. Suits my purposes.
I can't give you an extra turn again, can I? No. Okay. You can't move still.
Let's see to it, for the throne's glory. But of course, Lord Captain.
Stop hitting me!
Just a minor setback. For the many-armed Emperor!
Magenta.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! I am his will made manifest! As the Emperor, this is why I was chosen! Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. You, my Emperor!
Then we dash forward. Right? Dash forward.
Suits my watch and learn. Nothing I can't do.
Okay.
Death comes in silence.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call.
Can I hit you?
Don't get too cocky.
No, I cannot.
The true believers will inherit all. Get me a target. Let's see to it. I won't object to it.
Finally!
Stay vigilant. Follow my lead.
Follow my lead!
Break their morale.
Okay.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
It's the strongholds, but I presume I don't need to kill them from memory, but yeah.
Faith with... In thy light I stand. Thy light I
Yep.
pray.
Just kill everything else.
Been lost.
The old man before you resembles a human being, but the scaled bow. The creature's last word elicits a nervous laugh from the nearby enforcers. The irony of this embodied perversion of the human form.
We have. This discovery cost the guild 68 souls. It was crowded in those tunnels. They set monsters on us, but few things can scare someone who has seen a fire in the Arsenal Bay.
Also, no
Sourback's
weapon.
gaze remains trained on the mutant. You notice deep wounds on her chest and shoulder, but she shows no signs of acknowledging their existence.
Strike forces have cleared the side sections of mutants. The freaks fought like madmen, but they could not match the skill of the Von Valancius enforcers. Once victory was secured, our pursuit units made sure that none would escape. Our flamer squads are in the process of purging the crypt. All degenerates confirmed dead.
Sarback, I rectified the consequences of your blunder, but that does not mean I have gotten who's responsible for letting this stain spread on my
The
ship.
master at arms lowers her head.
Our honor is sullied. We have failed our forebears. Our ineptitude and weakness are shameful, Lord Captain.
The accursed spawn have disrespected the spirits of the dead. After her ladyship's cremation.
Abelard stares at the gem with a crestfallen expression. His lip twitches as if he is struggling against a new wave of grief or else enraged at the thought of someone so heinously violating Theodora's rest. He forces himself to look away without saying a word.
If such is your lordship's wish. I see deep symbolism in this duty. The ashes of... You shall...
I have words to say to you as well, heretic. Every beast akin to you shall perish in the flames of purgation. Their hearts shall burn away, and their lungs shall boil until their chests burst. You promise us death?
Bring him back.
I've been waiting for this.
The sound of your voice hangs in the air as the steel toe of Sourback's magboot pulverizes the man's knee and bone shards shred his decrepit flesh like shrapnel.
Yep.
The old man doubles over, but it is not pain or fear but burning hatred that contorts his face.
Go on, torture me. I'll endure it all. My time may be up, but you are all doomed. I will gladly spit the words of truth in your face and they will burn you like acid. In death I will ascend to the hosts of pure voices and I will await the day when you will pay for the shed blood of his children.
It was you I saw in my vision. Are you the leader of these spawns?
The mutant erupts in wet, slurping laughter.
I am the herder of the pure. The many-armed...
Their loathsome tribe has spawned a sorcerer.
Psychic ability, human-like appearance, high status within the cult. I believe we are looking at a so-called magus, a psychically gifted gene-stealer cultist. The cult's elite. A magus's speciality is recruitment and subjugation.
What are you? Why did you make your had enough of this? Okay.
His face becomes a glow.
The true god who... None wander in here.
You glance at the gaping hole in the adamantine bulkhead. It is almost unbelievable that the mutants were able to make a...
Now I see why so many inspectors in the adjacent compartments have had accidents.
Are there any more freaks in the compound?
40 years ago, the profaner Theodora, the false sovereign, stopped at the trade outpost Herioka's Rim to replenish her crew. The outpost had long served as a bastion of the pure.
You notice that the crypt looks surprisingly undefiled.
Herioka's Rim. That cesspool of abomination must be burned.
The man's face twists in rage and his milky eyes bulge. He hisses.
The many-armed emperor cometh. The true god shall avenge us. And when he does, I will laugh.
His string of doomsayings is silenced by a kick from the master at arms.
This pistol does damage over time. Target suffer, but does not trigger. Inflicted on the same target. First hit does not.
Genetic aberration has sullied this temple of memory. I will conduct a vigil in the crypt to ensure that all corruption is expelled and the Emperor's light shines in his halls once more. The bastards made a mess of the maintenance tunnels. Our folks saw a good few breaches and some other damage. Infernus crews are already patching them up, so the tunnels will be good as new in no time.
Hey.
The defilers dumped the remains on the floor, then connected a water pump to turn the sarcophagus into a cistern.
It's about time.
What does you guys say?
Flamer squads have already been assigned to the side section. Soon the defilers' bodies will be nothing but ash piles. I won't stop until the last stain of this disease has been wiped away.
We're going to... Void Bridge. My brain is starting to get mush now. We are actually going to call it here. we have done a fair bit today. So, yeah. Save the game, and that is going to be it for me today. Good night, everyone.